How do piano players memorize sheet music so effectively? Is it just a matter of blunt practicing over and over again? Or are there some real implementable strategies that you can use to do what I just did? In this video, I want to give you a comprehensive guide on how I memorize sheet music. There are so many benefits to memorizing music. Firstly, you play with a lot more confidence. And when you play with a lot more confidence, you actually play better, you play with more expression, and you sort of like connect and you understand the piece a lot deeper when you memorize it. Let's get into some super memorization strategies I use. Strategy number one is called the chunking technique. So what you do is you break the piece into small sections. Often I like to break music into either 2 bars or 4 bars or 8 bars, okay, which roughly correlates to like basically one phrase of music. So for example, this music is a little bit more unique, okay? There's a lot that happens even in just 2 bars. Okay, so I might even maybe, let's say, reduce that to 1 bar, but I would just do small sections and basically kind of rinse and repeat those 2 bars again and again. So let's say you would do bar 1 and bar 2, okay? You would, let's say, rinse and repeat for, let's say, 5 to 7 times, and then you can do bar 3, bar 4 for the same amount of times, let's say 5 to 7 times, and do these kind of sets before you later then try to increase your set by doing 1, 2, 3, 4 later, after you've masterized 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4. Then you start to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and see if you can link that and play that as a nice big phrase. Strategy number 2 is to practice hands separately first. Hands separately is a core kind of foundational thing in our channel because it's so effective. In particular, what I want you to focus on is actually your left hand. Okay, so whatever piece you're playing, especially if the melody is in the right hand, I want you to focus more on the left hand because the right hand often is sort of like something that is quite iconic, right? That you can sort of like make things out even if you didn't even read the sheet music a lot. But the left hand, it's a little bit more subdued, right? It's a little bit more background. The left hand is playing the harmony here. So I want you to give extra special attention to it because when you're playing piano, you're gonna need to use 2 hands. And the left hand is the sort of like less memorable part, not just for the audience, but sometimes for yourself too. So please give extra attention to the left hand. Sometimes I even do an exercise where I sing along with it. I try to sing along to the left hand to give my brain an extra way of practicing it and memorizing that left hand pattern. We of course always want to practice also the right hand separately. One of the common comments I get from students is, oh, I can play them hands together, but once I separate them, I just can't play them anymore. I get that. I get that you are feeling that phenomenon. The people that tend to say this are the people that I want to extra recommend the hand separate practice to you, because hand separate practice is actually the foundational pillars of playing hands together. And when you can't do hands separately, it might mean that your foundations are not as secure as you think. So sometimes, let's say you're playing hands together and let's say suddenly right hand plays a wrong note or suddenly left hand plays a wrong note. You might find it very hard to get back into the groove, get back into, the next bars, because everything has to be kind of like together. It has to be so strictly together that you're not able to, take away a hand and like kind of still go on. So just remember, hand separate practice is a real foundational pillar in playing hands together. Do it. If you find yourself saying, oh, I can play hands together, but when I take them apart, I can't play it, you are definitely the person that needs to do this kind of practice. I promise it will reward you more than you think. Strategy number 3 is understanding the music before memorizing. When you want to memorize sheet music that you love, you want to make sure you have analyzed the structure of the piece. Think about the form of the piece. So for example, in this Nocturne by Chopin, I'm playing this little theme here. This part comes back in several parts of the piece. So there's a kind of another iconic section of the piece that sounds something like this. this part, we see that this is actually the main theme that we heard from the very, very start. If you haven't heard this piece before, please go and check this out. It's a wonderful, wonderful piece. But I want you to look for forms, okay? When does a theme come back in the piece? Look for some themes, look for some variations, look for some patterns, and use a pencil to notate them down. You perhaps can look at things like motifs, right? Maybe some passages, maybe even some chord progressions. What are some chord progressions that tend to repeat? Write them down. Also want you to pay attention to harmonic analysis. For some of the beginner and early intermediate students, music theory will be of some challenge. You know, you're someone that sort of played 10, 20 plus pieces. You probably have some experience with music theory. I want you to start to analyze the chords in your pieces. The more deep work you can do with your piece, okay, so let's say you've identified different patterns, you've identified different chords, different chord progressions. The more of this kind of work you can do in your piece and actually write these kind of things down, I promise you that's gonna help with memory. You're developing a much deeper relationship with the piece, rather than just, you know, playing and following your muscle memory without really understanding what the system is, which is how most people memorize the music, unfortunately. Strategy number 4 is to do mental practice away from the piano. You may not have done this before, but I want to recommend this because I think it's such a good little exercise, is where next time you're not on the piano, you're doing something else, let's say you're on a desk or something, try to kind of like airplay that piece, right? Airplay that piece and try to imagine there is a real keyboard in front of you, and see if your hands know where to go. My guess is you're likely gonna do like the first bar or first 2 bars pretty well. You'll be like, yeah, I can kind of imagine where things are at. But towards the middle of the piece, you're gonna find that your memory is a little bit fuzzy. And that's when you know that perhaps those parts are the parts that need a little bit more practice when you're practicing the piano. So keep this fun trick in your strategy toolkit, right? So next time you're not on the piano, just try to airplay it and test your memory, almost like just play it and sing with it. Imagine you're really on a piano and see if you get to a part where you're like, oh gosh, like what's that next one? After doing that exercise, come back to the piano, notate where that part is because that potentially is a weak spot, and practice that a little bit more. Strategy number 5 is to incorporate muscle memory. Okay, so if you don't have perfect pitch, like myself and 99% of the world, most of us, when we memorize a piece of music, we're relying on muscle memory to play through that piece. We're relying on those specific coordinations, specific hand movements, specific finger patterns to kind of like churn out this choreograph, this dance of the fingers. When we're talking about muscle memory, one thing that comes to mind is that the fingerings need to be very, very consistent. Let's say this start, I use 1-5, okay? But if I were to, let's say, now change it to something like 3-1, I'm exaggerating here, no one would ever play B flat to G with 3-1 because it's so awkward. But if I were to do that, this feels like a completely different movement for my hand. I don't want to do this because I want to make sure that the fingering is always the repetition of this particular motion of 1-5, 1-5, 1-5 across B flat to G is actually what is going to help my brain to retain and memorize this passage. So this tip is all about muscle memory. And when it comes to muscle memory, the one thing you want to pay attention to is fingering. Make sure the fingering is always the same. That's why I always recommend students also to have a pencil and write down fingerings. Have a preset fingering and repeat that very, very strictly. Do not use any other fingerings. Strategy number 6 is to employ various different memorization techniques. Roughly speaking, when it comes to memorizing piano music, there are 3 kinds of memories. There's the auditory memory, there's the visual memory, and there's the kinesthetic memory. So often when you're, let's say, struggling with memorizing a certain thing, it might be because one of these memories is currently a little bit weak. So auditory memory, in a previous strategy before, you saw that I was singing the left hand, okay? So by doing that, I was actually improving or honing my auditory memory of the left hand. When talking about auditory memory, I think most people can roughly like sing out most of their piano piece. My aim for you is that you should be able to really like sing or hum out the entire song from start to finish. No need to sing or hum really well, but you should be able to do it. By doing that, you kind of like give yourself a much better roadmap to actually memorize it with the sheet music. Visual memory is important too, okay? So you can try to, let's say, literally memorize how the sheet music looks. Okay, some people go a little bit extreme with this where they actually try to write out a new sheet music with all the notes in it. I would also say in visual memory, another big one is just kind of looking at your hands and seeing how it looks. just remembering like which parts go where on the keyboard. And we briefly talked about kinesthetic memory before. Okay, so in a previous tip about muscle memory, right? About finger movements and using specific fingers. Perhaps this is something you need to hone in more on, the kinesthetic memory. Strategy number 7 is to practice playing from memory regularly. If you want to memorize your sheet music and you put in all this hard work, and let's say you could do it, finally, after like 3 weeks of trying, you finally could do it one time, it doesn't mean that you have it already. You need to constantly, repeatedly be able to do it. Let's say 10 times or 15 times before you can say, yes, I have got this piece in my hands. So please test yourself, okay? Perhaps to just try it once or twice every day. If you can do that, let's say that for 7 days in a row and you're successful all 7 days, let's say 2 times per day. Okay, so that equates to 14 times. I think that's pretty good evidence that you have it. Strategy number 8 is to troubleshoot memory slips. Everyone, including this guy here, has weak spots in their music. So for example, for me, one of the weak spots in this nocturne, I have this piece memorized already, but one of the weak spots I used to have, and I will say I continually have as well, is in bar 12 where this happens. So here, this part. Lots of changes, right? Lots of changes. So I isolated that part during my practice. Like, you make sure you do what you need to do to get that into the fingers. Often for these kind of parts where there is, let's say, a lot of music for not a lot of time, I sometimes like to create variations to help me. For example, I might do. Okay, create your own little variations to force the repetition. A pro tip I have for you is to maybe also mark out on the score what are some of the points that you can start from in case you slip up. Everyone slips up, including myself, okay? And sometimes when you slip up, it's a bit hard to like rejoin from that particular point. Okay, so just mark out some of the start of sections where you can backtrack and play again to make it smooth and flowing. And there we have it, the comprehensive guide on how to memorize sheet music, how to download all the stuff into your brain. Do you have any memorization techniques that have worked for you? Let me know in the comments. Let us know in the comments and share your knowledge with fellow piano players around the world. Do you prefer to memorize music or play from sheet music? Let me know that as well. Catch you guys in the next video.